What's up, family? So in this video I wanted to talk about failure and why failure can make you a better person. I think that there's this huge misconception about what we've been taught since we were younger. A lot of people feel as though they have to be perfect, not just in terms of, their approach to everything in life, but just in terms of like if they're trying to get a new job or they're learning a different skill or they're trying to accomplish something new, and when it isn't easy for them, they get discouraged and they end up quitting because they run into a wall. And I think that it's just a major problem. Lots of people have had so much potential and they ended up getting snuffed out because they quit on themselves. They didn't believe in themselves enough to follow through on what they could have accomplished. So I just wanted to talk about that today. So let's get into it. I think it's important to understand that the first time you do anything, it's always going to be difficult. The first time never goes perfectly because you can read about it, you can learn about it, you can theorize about it, but when you put it into action, it's always a little bit different than you expected it to be. So although you might start off at a decent level when you do it the first time, you haven't necessarily perfected your craft or become entirely skilled in your craft yet. And so I think it's important to understand that you're gonna run into a wall eventually. You always run into a wall. Very few people are just prodigies at everything they do. There's always gonna be a process of progression. You're gonna start off, you might have some success, maybe you don't, but you have to understand that you can't skip the process. The biggest reason I feel like it's important to fall in love with the process is because let's say you were able to skip all the way to the results, all the way to the end. You see this a lot of times with lottery winners. They'll win the lottery, they'll get a bunch of money all at once, and they don't know how to manage it. They don't know where to invest it in, they don't know what to spend it on, so they just do everything. They do anything, they do everything. They help everybody out, they do this, that, and the third, and then boom, before they know it, it's gone because they didn't go through that process of understanding how to make that money. It's the same way in regards to anything. If you're just handed something for free and you didn't work for it, then you don't have that mindset or the understanding of the process. Another great example of this is people who play video games. So if you ever played a video game before, you understand that if you're trying to beat the level, chances are you're gonna fail a couple times. You're gonna try and make a jump over a canyon and you're gonna miss the jump the first time and fall down. Well, guess what? The next time you do it, you're gonna know how to get past that gap. And it goes so on and so forth. Every time you get a little bit further, you might struggle a little bit and you might falter a little bit, but as long as you keep going, you're good. It's more of a 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but 2 steps forward again. And ultimately, part of the process is understanding failure is not forever. Failure is just for the moment, and eventually you learn how to progress through the failure. The biggest thing is that failure teaches you what doesn't work. I think that's a better way to approach it and look at it. Failure will teach you what losing feels like so that you appreciate when you're able to win. I don't know, man. I just think there's too many people who are afraid of failing. And so instead of taking that leap and becoming their best potential version or progressing to something that they really want, they just take the safer route or the route that other people may have set out for them. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about it. If you enjoy content like this and hearing me talk, be sure to drop a like below, leave a comment, follow me on my socials at leanbuff, and finally subscribe for more.